everybody? It is your boy Cbass here again for another session of sports talk. I am so glad to be here. But today we are going to be talking about probably one of the craziest, most idiotic, stupidest trades I have ever seen in my life. We are talking about the James Harden trade. Yes, James Harden. As I'm pulling up the phone, just so I can be able to tell you what all the flipping Houston Rockets got in return. This is nuts. Crazy nuts. Sean Marks, who is the GM for the Brooklyn Nets, deserves to be fired yesterday. He should not be around. You ask me why, it's very simple and easy. The dude just traded his future for one player. One. So he can build a big three. The Brooklyn Nets may win a championship in the next couple of years. They may not. If they do not win a championship in the next couple of years, they have absolutely no future at all. Jarrett Allen, who is a good NBA player, was involved in this deal. Yeah, that's not the beginning of it, though. The Houston Rockets will receive 4 unprotected first-round picks. One of those picks is from Milwaukee in 2022. But at the end of the day, that Milwaukee 2022 pick is probably going to be really low. Milwaukee's smart in that scenario. But then you go to the Brooklyn scenario. Brooklyn is giving them a first-round pick in 2022. A first-round pick in 2024. And a first-round pick in 2026. So 5 years from now, they will own their first-round picks. Houston also has the ability to do a pick swap, just in case that Brooklyn's picks are higher than theirs in 2021, 2023, 2025, and 2027. So from now until 2027, Houston basically owns all of Brooklyn's picks. That is disgusting. A GM that would have gotten James Harden in 2023 no matter what, because James Harden had already publicly said he was going to play for Brooklyn, but he got scared. He got scared because James Harden came out, because he went out of Houston so bad and said that he would take a trade to Philly as well. But he had already said that he wanted to play for Brooklyn in 2023. The 2022-2023 season. James Harden just made Houston a franchise to be reckoned with for many years to come. You'd say, Sebastian, you don't know those picks are going to pan out. You're right, I don't. I don't know where those picks are going to be. But let's say Harden gets hurt next year and it ends his career. Let's say Kevin Durant or Kyrie get hurt in the next couple of years and it's over. Let me tell you, Harden hasn't really shown much injury concern, but Kevin Durant and Kyrie both have shown an inability to stay healthy. The Brooklyn Nets just gave away their future for something that isn't certain. The Brooklyn Nets just sold their franchise. Because if they don't win an NBA championship, it will be 10 years before they can come back from this. The Brooklyn Nets are going to be the next decade's New York Knicks. If they don't win a championship, they will be an embarrassment to their city. All because Sean Marks decided to give Houston everything it wanted. Do you think Philly was going to do that? Shoot. Philly had already said that they were having trade struggles with Houston. They may have given away 4 first rounders, but that was going to be it. You wouldn't have seen basically 8 first round picks for a player. I will say this much. Many people have stopped watching the NBA due to their belief that the NBA has politicized itself. I am thinking about stop watching the NBA because instead of players going out and saying, hey, I want to do everything I can to win a championship, instead of players to be having pride in themselves and going out and making their teammates better, they have decided to find the best players in the league to go play with. It's LeBron James syndrome. LeBron will never be as good as Jordan. And if Jordan played in this day and age, he would average over 60 a game. Jordan never made them go out and get players. Go out and get the best players. You think that if Jordan sat there and said, hey, you know what, I want the best players, you don't think a Shaq would have came that way? And Isaiah Thomas would have came that way? A Larry Bird? A Magic Johnson? No. The Chicago Bulls didn't go out and sign a big three. They built a big three. And you might say, well, they signed Dennis Rodman. Well, if you consider Dennis Rodman to be a superstar when all he could do is rebound, Dennis Rodman wasn't going to go out and average you 25 points a game like a Kyrie could. Dennis Rodman wasn't going to go out and average 25 points a game like a Kevin Durant can. Not like James Harden can. Not like LeBron James can. No. Dennis Rodman brought something else. He brought hustle. He brought just a sheer willingness to get dirty. Dennis Rodman, for everything that he lacked mentally, off the court, he was at peace on the court to do what it took to win. You don't see players like that anymore. And that's why Jordan wanted to play with him. Not because he could average 50 points a game. Not because he could go out there and be able to score at will. No, Jordan wanted to play with him because he knew every night Dennis Rodman would play hard. The Bulls traded up and drafted Scottie Pippen. They didn't go out and trade 8 first rounders for him. No, Scottie Pippen wasn't even a guarantee gonna be great superstar. Because again, he was a Bulls draft pick. You know what they did? They invested time and made him into a great player. He was well coached. That's how the NBA should be. Not the pansy stuff that you see nowadays. I am so frustrated to even watch a sport like that. All the NBA is doing is creating mega teams with a salary cap. At this point, you should just not have any salary cap and just be like baseball. At least in baseball, you know there's mega teams. In the NBA, you have people like Adam Silver that try to hide behind these mega players and try to say, hey, we have a salary cap to prevent this. Adam Silver, you're the worst commissioner in all of sports. And that is all I have to say about this.